This video is for anybody looking for some advice in navigating the deep chaos that is their 20s, because I was and I still am too. Your 20s are not meant to be about getting it all right. They are about getting to know who you actually are. So in today's video, I'm sharing the raw, honest truths that I've learned so far. Number one on my list is definitely give yourself permission to live more. One of the hardest things I've actually had to learn in my 20s is that you're actually allowed to enjoy living your life. We grow up with this mindset that life is constantly about leveling up, the grind, the hustle. So many of us wait for permission from our parents, from society, to finally go out there and live the life that we truly want. But in reality, nobody is coming to give you that permission slip. And that doesn't mean abandoning your ambition or putting your goals on hold. It means making space for joy alongside the hustle. You are allowed to chase big dreams and romanticize your daily life. You are allowed to want more, but also be content with all the little things that you already have. Because life isn't meant to be about just surviving the week until it's finally the weekend. Give yourself the permission to live more now. Meaning, go buy the damn dress, go out with your friends on a random Tuesday, and book that trip. Number two is take risks and don't wait until you feel ready. The second you enter your 20s, there is this insane pressure to have it all figured out. I swear at 18 or 19, you still get the grace of figuring things out, but the moment you turn 20, it feels like the questions from other people start coming in fast. What's your career plan? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What's your life purpose? And you're sitting there thinking, I still feel like a teenager. I personally did not know what I was passionate about. There's this default path that we're all taught to follow, which is school, job, marriage, house, kids. Honestly, that might work for some people, but I realized your 20s are actually the time to take the biggest risk. Why? You probably don't have a mortgage or 3 kids to feed. So if not now, then when? So take the leap. Take the class, book the trip, move cities, create your content, say yes before you're ready. Number 3 is say yes to the inner work. At some point in your 20s, you start seeing yourself differently. You're caught between who you've always been and who you're trying to become. I remember feeling like I was chasing this new version of myself while still holding on tightly to the person who I had always been. But here's the hard truth that I learned. Transformation doesn't happen just because you want to change. It happens when you're willing to look inwards and do the uncomfortable work. Even if it's messy, even if it's painful, and even if you just don't really want to be honest with yourself, you have to push through all of that. The moment that everything truly changed for me was when I finally decided to stop skipping past the self-reflection parts and started actually sitting with myself. And honestly, it's never really gonna be done, but it will change your life. So if you guys can relate to any of that and you're in a space where you're feeling lost or unsure, don't skip this part. Say yes to all of that inner work. Number 4 is say no to relationships and friendships that no longer serve you. I've been through a few friendship breakups, some where I was clearly in the wrong, and others where we just simply grew in different directions. And honestly, you quickly learn that that is just a normal part of life. It just feels amplified when you're still in high school around all those people, but once you get out of high school, it's a normal part of life. Not everyone is meant to stay in your life forever, and that is completely okay. Your 20s are such a transformative time, and it's about aligning yourself with people who support the version of you that you're becoming, not the one that you're trying to leave behind. If your friends want to party and drink every single weekend, let that be their choice. But if you're trying to focus on your studies, your health, and your goals, and you keep getting pulled into old habits because of them, nothing will change unless you change your environment. And remember this, that you are a reflection of the people that you spend the most time with. And this isn't about judging anyone else's lifestyle. Truly, to each their own. It's all about getting honest with yourself. Are you holding on to certain friendships just because they feel familiar? The older you get, the more you realize it's not about who's been in your life the longest. It's about who consistently shows up for you, who celebrates your wins, and who is quietly preying on your downfall. And part of being the bigger person in this situation is knowing when to walk away before things get dramatic. You don't have to wait for an explosive explosive argument to leave a friendship or even a relationship. Sometimes a calm, respectful conversation is honestly the best way to close the chapter. It honors what that friendship or relationship meant to you while also making space for the life that you're stepping into. Number 5 is stay single for a while. Okay, I know this might be a little controversial, but just hear me out. I genuinely believe that everyone should spend at least a few years single in their early 20s. It's not that relationships are bad or that love can't work out at that age. Of course it can, but the truth is you are still figuring out so much about yourself. I was in an on and off relationship from 16 to 18, so in high school, and then I jumped straight into a 4-year relationship right after I graduated from high school, and that was from 18 to 22. And looking back now, the biggest thing I regret is not listening to my intuition sooner. There were clear signs that the relationship was not aligned with who I was trying to become, but I ignored all of them just because it felt more comfortable to stay in that relationship than to have the conversation once again, like I was saying before, and leave. Instead of using that pivotal time to grow into myself, I was busy thinking about our future and not what I wanted my future to be. The truth is, relationships, especially serious ones, they come with sacrifices. And I don't think that you should be limiting yourself and making huge compromises when you're still getting to know who you are at 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. Being single gives you freedom. So don't rush into love. Don't settle to just feel secure and less lonely. Give yourself the space to grow and trust that the right relationship will find you when you're ready. Number 6 is stop caring about what other people think. I know that this is easier said than done, but I promise you it is worth working on. Everyone is going to have opinions on how you should live your life, but at the end of the day, they are not living your life. So don't let someone else's judgment keep you from doing what makes you happy. Live authentically to you. And once again, the people that are meant for you, they will find you. And last on my list is number 7. Your journey is your journey and no one else's. One of the hardest lessons that I've had to learn in my 20s is that it is completely okay if your path looks different. And it's completely okay if you don't have it all figured out yet. You see people online getting engaged, starting businesses, traveling the world, buying houses, and suddenly it starts to feel like your life is not as interesting. But what I've learned is that everyone's life is meant to unfold differently. Life is not linear. It's meant to have different seasons. Your journey is meant to be your journey, and what is meant for you will simply never pass you. So those are some of the biggest, hardest truths that I've had to learn in my 20s. I am still figuring it out. Trust me, I do not have it all together, but I have learned a lot on my journey so far. Just remember, you are not supposed to have it all figured out at this moment in time. It is completely okay. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like because it will help other people find it too. Definitely comment down below one of the biggest lessons that you guys have learned so we can all learn from each other's mistakes. And of course, if you haven't subscribed already, definitely subscribe to my channel. But with all that being said, this is the end of today's video. So thank you guys so much once again for watching. I love you so, so much. We've got this, and I will see you guys in my next video.
Take it away, feeling too good to me. Chilling all day, all in your space is where I wanna be.